Are you struggling with feeling stuck in your life journey? Does it seem as if the challenges or conflicts that you keep experiencing are on repeat? Healing through feeling could be your new way through to a more satisfying life. Now, here is the host of the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide, Sharyn Nichols.
Welcome, everybody. Oh my, do we have a fun show today? We're going to talk about the mind and the body and the soul, your council of three. Did you know that you actually had a council of three? Wave, whoop, whoop. Thank you. Thank you, Christine. I'm talking about the mind. My mind has been nonstop chatter. It has been, no, you can't do this, Sharyn. You can't do this. My mind has just been getting in my way. So I'm just going to acknowledge my mind for the moment. And now I'm going to continue and move on and discuss about the mind and the body and the soul. My council of three. The mind is so powerful, and the mind's job is to keep you safe. So my mind was telling me all day today, don't do this, Sharyn. Don't do this. You're going to say something wrong. You're going to look stupid. People are going to think you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Who are you? I'm assuming. I'm going to slow down. Whew. I'm assuming that most of us have experienced something like the mind chatter that I just shared about. And your council of three. Now that I just got my nervousness out of the way, your council of three is your mind and your body and your soul. It is your life force, which is made up of all three. You need all three of them to live your purpose. And so one of my purposes is doing this show. I can't say enough about how I know that I'm in alignment, that this is my soul. I'm actually allowing my soul to drive. And I've put my mind in the back seat as a passenger, and I've allowed my body to be the vehicle. If I tell you what my body has been putting me through today, knowing again that I was going to have to speak, and my stomach was doing flips. I even just said before I even got on, oh my gosh, I'm feeling nauseous. So I'm just going to keep receiving breaths and take little baby steps and be okay with my humanness. And I'm just human. So welcome to the club, everybody. Thank you for, thank you. Okay, I've composed myself. I'm getting it together. And so we have our thoughts, and we have our which lead to our feelings, which leads to our actions and our reactions. And our mind is our ego. And I just gave you the perfect example of how I just let mine run amok. Just gonna breathe. Just breathe, Sharyn. Just breathe. That's also one of my mantras. You have your thoughts, you have your feelings, and then your feelings actually get stored in your body. And then your soul is the one that takes the action. And so if we could all just quiet our mind and listen to our soul and let our soul just drive, your soul has the map. Your soul knows where you need to go in order for you to live your purpose, which is one of the reasons why I'm here. This is part of my purpose, to just share information, share thoughts, feelings, and work on ways to communicate your actions so people will hear you. Because quite often our mind will say, no, don't tell that person, don't say I love you. No, don't say I love you, because if you say I love you, what does that mean? Then that means then a whole host now perhaps of responsibilities. Your mind will take you down this wonderful rabbit hole. And so it then gets stored in your body. Well, if you don't say I love you, then you're actually not sharing your love, and your heart can actually start to hurt because you're not honoring yourself. You're not honoring your body and and the touch that we all need for our humanness, to allow the love so it's allowing the thoughts and the feelings and acknowledging them and embracing them and then moving past them. The other thing that the mind does really, really, really well is keeps putting fear in front of you to keep you safe. So fear is false evidence appearing real. So the mind will tell you, going back to don't tell somebody that you love them because you may get whacked, or they may think you're stupid, or they may not love you back. So you're so afraid to put yourself out there. You're so afraid to be vulnerable. So you cut yourself off. Please don't do that. Please allow your thoughts and your feelings and share them, and appropriately. That's all for another show. We're going to talk about how to communicate appropriately so you can have your thoughts and your feelings heard, understood, respected. Moving back around to the ego and the mind. Another thing that the ego and the mind does really, really well is it creates self-fulfilling prophecies. So whatever you are most afraid of, again, it's that false evidence appearing real. It creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if your biggest fear is that you are going to trip and fall, I guarantee you will trip and fall, because it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, because that's where you're placing your attention, because that's how powerful your thoughts are. That's how powerful your mind is. I was actually in the chat room of the last show, and one of the lines that came up is that your mind is one of the most powerful things in your body, which I thought was fascinating, because here we are talking about the mind and the body and the soul. And your mind is also really important. We need our mind, again, because our mind does keep us safe, and our mind will say, no, don't walk down that alley at 2 a.m. because something could happen. So it is still important. I believe that honoring each one of your council of three and giving it its due and its place will continue to propel you forward. And the mind will keep telling you not to be vulnerable. And so my new mantra, or one of them, I should say, is vulnerability is the new sexy. Because we all of us want to feel sexy, because sexy makes you feel good. Sexy makes you feel wanted. Sexy just makes you feel, which is the second part of the council. Feelings, they're all right always. They're yours. Always express them. Take them out and look at them, and make sure that you don't stuff them and store them somewhere in your body, because that's where the dis-ease comes from. When you're so caught up in worry, and rightly so, because there is a lot to worry about on a daily basis. Just look at what's going on in the world. There's always something to worry about. Although where you place your attention is what's, oh, I'm so sorry. My phone was on Do Not Disturb. I don't know what just happened. Sorry, life. And of course, my mind is going, oh, Sharyn, you did something wrong. You should have taken your phone and put it outside the room. And so I'm now just going to let that go, because there's nothing that I can do about it. your mind, your body. Your body's job is to get you from point A to point B on the road to living your purpose. Body is where your thoughts and your feelings get housed. So we all need to ride the wave. Somewhere along the way, we've been conditioned to ride our own wave of feelings. And oh my gosh, I'm in the middle of my wave right now. I cannot. Thank you so much, all who are listening. I feel you, all that are supporting me in this right now. Whew. I didn't want to cry. Vulnerability is the new sexy. I'm just showing up in my sexiness right now. I've been so mean to my body sometimes. All it's ever wanted to do was get me on the path, on the right road. Wow. So I'm going to talk about my soul. This is my soul's purpose. That's why I chose to talk about the mind and the body and the soul as my first show. To be vulnerable, because I am so not hiding anymore. I'm putting myself out there to share the wisdom that I have gained from others sharing their wisdom. And I am so honored and grateful to those who are listening, to all of you. Thank you. Thank you. So if I can just allow my mind to quiet its chatter and my body to release all of its aches and pains, and I can just let my soul take over. And so that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do after the break. I'm going to let my soul take over. I so needed to do this. Oh my goodness. I so needed to do this and just let it go, because I'm holding on. And yes, I love you. And I can say I love you and I didn't die. Wow. Thanks, mind. Thanks for doing your job. And now I'm going to quiet you, and I'm going to let my soul take over. And I'm just going to breathe. Well, it is almost time for our first break of the show. So you are listening to the Feel to Heal show with myself, Sharyn Nichols, on the Inspired Choices Network. And when we return, we will talk more about how I can get out of my own way and allow my soul to just be the driver and get out of my own mind chatter. So I look forward to coming back from break.
At different times on our life journey, we can feel stuck and struggle with seeing our way through. What if the answer to the struggle is just to go deeper than the surface? By tuning in to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols, You'll receive insight and guidance on exploring your feelings in order to heal yourself.
I have nothing else to
Are
talk
you
about.
ready to create a more satisfying, peaceful, and
What?
successful life? Listen for the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also ask questions or comments by email by sending to Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Sharyn Nichols, and you are listening to Feel to Heal on the Inspired Choices Network. Thank goodness for Inspired Choices. It's what got me here. And our show topic today is your council of three: your mind, your body, and your soul. And as I kind of thought was going to happen, I, of course, already went through all of my material for the most part in terms of what I was going to riff off of. So what I have prepared is a meditation, and it's called your council of three. And I do it daily, and it can be done. You can do it in 3 minutes. You can do it in 15 minutes. You can do it in a half hour, however you want. Although I have found that most people just there's with regards to meditation, there's the feeling of, well, I just can't do it because it just takes too much. Really, it's just sitting and quieting your mind. And so you can then listen to your body and then listen to your soul. So if you would like, I would love to have you join me in my meditation. So imagine that you are sitting in front of your council of three. So if you are in a safe space with which to allow your eyes to close, and imagine that you are sitting in front of your council of three. Your mind is sitting to your left, your body is in the center, and your soul is to the right. Feel free to make these three entities, celebrities, deities, objects, shapes, colors, animals, whatever you desire. Because the beautiful thing about meditation is there is no right way or wrong way. That's why I love it, because I know that I'm always doing it right, because there is no wrong way. So trust what you see with your council of three. And so now your mind. Look at your mind and ask, what do I need? What do you need to tell me? What do you need me to remember? What is on the proverbial grocery list? And it may actually be a real grocery list. So what I usually have next to me is a pad and paper. I know I didn't say that beforehand, although if you can, I'm assuming most of you are on your phones or devices, so you can certainly put it in your notes. I've also done that too. So allowing your eyes to open and type or write out all the information that your mind gave you. So actually, I'm going to go back and I'm going to allow for some time to transpire. So you're sitting in front of your council of three, allowing your eyes to close and asking your mind what it needs to tell you right now, what it wants you to remember, what it wants you to have on your proverbial grocery list. Allowing your eyes to open and now writing it down. And I'm just going to share with you, it came to me. You got this. My mind was telling me to stop it and stop beating myself up and remember that I am a beautiful, bright light and soul, and that I can't do this wrong as long as I just show up as me, because I am not wrong. I am whole and complete as I am. And that's exactly what the Council of Three is. The Council of Three is all that you are, whole and complete, because you need all three. So back to the meditation. Allowing your eyes to close again. Scan your body from head to toe and notice if there are any aches or pains, any tensions. Check your head, your neck, your torso, your arms, your hands, your legs, your feet, your heart, your stomach, your kidneys, your muscles. What does your body need to tell you? Where are you storing feelings that it would like for you to let go? Allow your eyes to open and make a note of the places that need any extra love and attention. And when you are complete, thank your body for being the incredible vessel that it is and getting you from point A to point B on the journey of your life purpose. So what I got when I scanned my body was the butterflies will go away as soon as the camera turns off. So just keep going. You got this. Now, allowing your eyes to close again. Now that you've attended to your mind and your body, ask your soul, the driver, what's my next right move? In what direction do I need to go? Forward is probably the direction. What do I need to let go of? Allowing your eyes to open. Writing down what your soul has given you. My soul is just screaming, yes, 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 then jumping up and down. It's all it's doing. Even though my mind is saying, stop. My soul is really proud of me. So when you are complete, thank your soul for being the excellent driver that it is and always getting you there safely and in the right time. My mind is also telling me that I left out key pieces of the meditation, and I'm so grateful to being whole and complete and just allowing my mind chatter, because it's important. It really is important to have all of my thoughts and to have all of my feelings. And this struggle that I've been with my thoughts, I've said yes. I've said yes to so many things in the past that were not in alignment because I thought that that's what I needed to do in order to be complete within my soul or feel complete within my soul. In order to be loved. I mean, it's ultimately what we all want is to just be loved. And I know that that's something that of course I've always wanted. And when I do think about how the times that I've actually allowed it, and then the times where I've stopped it, where the times I've pushed it away, where the times I've taken it on and it wasn't actually coming from a pure place from someone else. My mind, my body, my soul. Your mind, your body, your soul. I would love to hear from you. If there's anything, if you have any questions about anything, and if you need clarification, if your mind needs clarification as to what I am saying with regards to your mind and your body and your soul, and this is the true example of me letting my mind now run amok. Wow. I know I said before break that I was going to let my soul take over, and I did. And it's incredible how we need all three. Breathe, Sharyn. Breathe. That's what my mind keeps telling me. And that's also what my body is telling me, because I know that without oxygen, I am no good. Thank you. Yes, I can explain how emotions can cause physical pain. We store them in our and sometimes in scanning my back, I realized that it's possible that I could be feeling not supported. So I'm not either supporting myself, or my mind has given me the perception that someone else is not supporting me. So therefore, I will start to feel the back pain, and it's always a message. Your body's always giving you messages. Your mind is always giving you messages. So your soul can then do what it needs to do. It can take you there. We so quite often stop ourselves from allowing our soul to just take over. And this is a beautiful example of my mind and my body and my soul fighting right now. I love the perfectness and of this and this experience that I am having. Thank you. Thank you for bearing witness. Thank you so much for bearing witness to my process. Because at the end of the day, that's what it all is. Actually, we all get to bear witness to each other's life and life purpose, and allowing the soul to just take over boy, mind. Shh, stop. Shh. I'm going to quiet my mind, and I'm not going to talk on the next break. So, it's time for our second break. You're listening to the Feel to Heal show with myself, Sharyn Nichols, on the Inspired Choices Network. And we've been talking about my mind, my body, and my soul. And so when we come back, we're going to talk more about your mind, your body, and your soul, because I am just all twisted up. I think there's an expression, I think I have my panties twisted in a knot. And I think that's exactly how I'm feeling right now. So I'm going to quiet my mind. And when we come back, we're going to talk more about your mind, your body, and your soul.
At different times on our life journey, we can feel stuck and struggle with seeing our way through. What if the answer to the struggle is just to go deeper than the surface? By tuning in to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols, you'll receive insight and guidance on exploring your feelings in order to heal yourself. Are you ready to create a more satisfying, peaceful, and successful life? Listen for the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also ask questions or comments by email by sending to Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back. Please join me in the chat room with your questions and comments. You can join me live by going to InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. Click on the chat room on the menu bar. And then from there, our producers will guide you so you can be in the be an audience member in the recording studio. Isn't Zoom just amazing? You can also listen to me on the Inspired Choices Network app and click on the shows tab, scroll to the bottom, and then click to the chat room. So before break, I was letting my mind just go amok and just being me. And I'm so grateful that I get to be me, because it took me so long to finally get here, because I always thought that I needed to be somebody else in order to be loved, to be accepted. And so my new quote for the time being is by Oscar Wilde. I might as well be me because everyone else is taken. So you might as well be you because everyone else is taken. And so before the break, or now after the break, I I just have to laugh at myself. Oh my goodness. Let's talk more about how you can be open to hearing your soul and listening to what your soul has to say and quieting the mind chatter. The first and foremost, the easiest thing is just say, stop it. There's a wonderful 6-minute YouTube video with Bob Newhart called Stop It. And it is so simple. It's just about stopping your thoughts, stopping the chatter, because most of it is false evidence appearing real. It's just your fears. And so often we let our fears hold us back from actually living our lives. I mean, how many times have we looked back and said, "Oh, I should have done"? Because of course, hindsight is 2020, and we just know. We don't allow ourselves to take that leap of faith in the moment out of fear of not looking good, out of fear of actually the ego's job, which is to keep us alive. So the ego's job is you might die. So no, you can't say that. You can't do that. You may die. And I'm still here, still doing this. I have not died. It's been 36 minutes and I'm still here. So I'm going to quiet the chatter of my mind and allow my soul to take over. So what my soul knows, is that we all just want to be loved. And all we do is struggle with ourselves and those around us. To not participate, to get so caught up in the quagmire of the chatter. And we block so much. We don't allow so much of ourselves shining our light of beauty, of greatness, of love. I know I'm so lucky. I'm so fortunate. I get to be a beacon of light. I am light, just like you are. I get to say I am light, and it's not egoic. That's not my ego talking. I just get to show up as love. And when I actually start listening to my soul's question is, what would love do? Not what would my mind do? What would love do? So ask yourself. Ask your mind, what would love do? Because your mind has an answer. And then listen to your soul's answer. And I do go into my body and I go into my heart, because that's where the love is. It's the third chakra. It's the fourth chakra in the body. We have the lower three, we have the upper three, and then we have the heart. That's the bridge. And so it is the bridge. Love is the bridge. I mean, I wonder what the percentage of love songs there are that are written about love. Probably all of them. Somewhere in there, it's about love, because that's what it all comes down to. It's about the human experience. We just all want to be loved. And in order to be loved, we must show up as love. And our mind stops us out of fear that we won't actually be loved for who we are. So we're so afraid to show up as love. And as you just saw what I went through and heard what I just went through, what I allowed myself to go through at the beginning of this show, I'm showing up as love. Because that's the only thing that I truly know is the truth. The truth is that I am whole and complete as I am, as love. And so are you. I see that. I recognize that in you because I can recognize it in me. And so when I show up as love, then you can actually love me and I can then receive it. There's no blocking it. And I am feeling all of your love because I know that there are so many of you out there who just want to be seen as the incredible human beings that you are, as the love that you are. You have so much to give. You have so much to share. And then you also have so much to receive if you would just allow. And that's the giving up the struggle. And that's what this whole show is going to be about. My whole series is going to be about giving up the struggle and allowing yourself to feel all of your feelings so you can heal. So you can heal yourself because you're the only one who's going to do it. No one can do it for you. And I used to think that it was outside of me and that, oh, if I just read this book or if I just listened to that podcast, that the answer would be there. And yes, I read the book. I took the workshop. I listened to the podcast. And every single time, it always came back to me. I still had to fill in the blank. I still had to be the human doing in order to be the human being. And we always think we need to go, do. Although being present is actually the only thing that we need to do. In order to be a human being, the thing you need to do is be present. Be in the presence and the present moment. So yes, at the beginning of the show, I was thinking about all the things that I needed to do to get through the show, to make sure that I got in all the information, to make sure I totally went off the deep end for myself. And thank goodness. Wow, because now I got this out of my system and I never need to do it again. I don't need to do this again. And this was absolutely one of my self-fulfilling prophecies. This was my biggest fear. My biggest fear was that I was going to come on this podcast and not have enough to say or not remember what to say. And of course, I have all these wonderful notes, as I know you can tell for those of you who are watching, that I keep looking down. And I already went through them all. I thought I was going to spend 15 minutes talking about the mind, 15 minutes talking about the body, and then 15 minutes talking about the soul, and then wrapping it all up. And then if I had time, I would do the meditation. I'm just going to keep breathing. I'm just going to keep breathing. Yes, this is me. This is Sharyn Nichols. And you can find me. My website is in the process because I am in forever. The process. Sharyn Nichols is in forever process. Although Sharyn, you can find me at Sharyn Nichols. Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com is my email address. And my website, feeltoheal.com, like I said, is in progress. As soon as it is up and running, I will shout it from the rooftops and everyone will know. And I will post it I will post it somewhere, probably in my Instagram, on my Facebook. It'll be everywhere because eventually I will be everywhere. And the beautiful thing for me is that this is baby steps. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. Because if you keep taking little baby steps and then you take a look back, you realize that you've gone one huge step and then a couple more baby steps. and then you've gone another huge step. So thank you for allowing me my baby steps. And I can't wait to look back at this huge giant leap that I've just taken. And so we're going to now go to the last break of the show. And you're listening to the Feel to Heal show with Sharyn Nichols, myself, on the Inspired Choices Network. And I look forward to discussing more about the soul and love when we come back.
At different times on our life journey, we can feel stuck and struggle with seeing our way through. What if the answer to the struggle is just to go deeper than the surface? By tuning in to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols, you'll receive insight and guidance on exploring your feelings in order to heal yourself. Are you ready to create a more satisfying, peaceful, and successful life? Listen for the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. This is Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also ask questions or comments by email by sending to Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everybody. I have no idea where I'm going to go now. And isn't that great? I need your questions. Let's talk about next week's show, getting out of your own way.
Hey, Sharyn.
Yes.
This is Christine. I have a question for you.
Oh, thank you, Christine. Yes.
No, I really do have a question for you. What do you do when you don't know which way to turn? When your mind is screaming at you, but your soul knows? Like, how do you get out of that mind? Like really, I'm a systems person, right? So I really need step by step. How do you do that?
Well, first and foremost, it's absolutely acknowledging that you're having the thoughts, acknowledging that you have the feelings, because they're yours and they're real. They are real. It's just your fears are false evidence appearing as though they are real, although your thoughts and your feelings are real. And so we then start shoulding on ourselves with them. We start saying, well, we shouldn't feel this way, or the other person should not feel this way. I didn't mean that. I mean, so then we start going back, and we start thinking about something that we said in the past, or we start thinking about what we need to say in the future. I mean, clearly this is the prime example of what I just went through. So what I just did on the break was just allow myself to breathe and keep telling myself that I got this, and that I'm not going to die. And if people laugh at me, they laugh at me. Or if someone thinks that I really don't know what the hell I'm talking about, then that's okay too. So for you, Christine, my recommendation is to just allow yourself. That's why with the meditation, I have a pencil and paper next to me, and I write out what my mind is saying, what my body is saying, and what my soul is saying, so I can put them aside. And so it's about allowing all three to integrate, although your soul should be the number one voice that you listen to.
So, okay, I hear you. So when I am in that space, and my mind and my emotions, they're like a 50-ton truck. They want to take me. They're not, it's as if they're like, you don't get to listen to your soul right now. You don't get to listen to your body. You just get to hear how friggin' scared we are. And the mind is screaming that. So how do you, when you're in that deep and I hear what you're saying, just have a piece of paper there. And that's a great idea. I've never thought of doing that. But when you're in the thick of it, right? Like, how do you tap into those places?
Here's a good analogy, or another thing that I actually do that I recommend is ride your wave. So get on picture in your mind's eye, you standing on that surfboard. And so therefore, and you've got all the things in front of you, like, don't do this, don't do that, all of those things. And they're on the wave with you. So eventually though, you're going to get past, the wave is going to crest, and then it's going to come into the shore, and then there's going to be a calm. So quite often we fight ourselves, and that's the shoulding, where, yes, you are a Mack truck. Your thoughts are a Mack truck, because you are a force to be reckoned with. So allow your force to ride the wave, be on the wave. And then, there's that still moment of calm just before the water recedes back into the ocean. So you have that moment, and quite often we ignore that moment, and we don't allow the truth, because that's where the truth is. That's where that's where the whisper is from the soul. And we use our thoughts and our feelings to not hear. So it's absolutely allowing every thought and feeling that you have, acknowledging it, and then saying thank you, and putting it to the side, so the soul can actually take center stage. See, we don't allow the soul to take center stage out of fear that if we're not the Mack truck, or if we don't have the systems in place, that it's just not going to work. So it's about getting out of your own way and allowing your soul to show up for you.
So I love all of what you're saying. So do we need to, I see visuals, right? So all I see is like a hose, and it's like, in order to let the soul out, it's like, you got to get the emotions to come to the surface first, so that the soul can come through the hose. Is that kind of what you mean? Like, unpack the emotions and kind of empty out?
Yes. You can unpack them, although you can just allow them and then push them to the side. They don't necessarily have to make meaning. Our mind wants to make meaning of how we're feeling, and assign some sort of blame or
answer to it, like,
yes, or answer. Exactly, this is the reason. It's either blame or a reason, and there doesn't have to be any blame or reason. That's
nice.
You get to feel your own feelings. They're yours. They're not right or wrong. That's we try to assign right or wrong. And so I think your question was, how do we know which way to go? What's the right way? There is no wrong way.
Nice.
So there is no right way. It's just you. You get to just show up as you. And that's what this has been all about.
Thank you,
I
Sharyn.
showed up as me, and all the beautifulness, all of the emotion, all of the tears. And now I can now choose to beat myself up, or
please don't.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's now a choice.
Yeah.
I could choose to think that I did it all wrong. And here's the beautiful thing, is that I'm allowing my soul to take over and just tell me that
I'm going to let you take over, because we're closing out on the show. Thank you for that so much.
Thank you so much. And gratitude for all of you. Peace, love, and satisfaction. And as Oscar Wilde said, you might as well be you, because everyone else is taken. Thank you so much. Till next week.
Thank you for choosing to listen to the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show. Sharyn Nichols will return next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, give up the struggle, feel all you need to feel, and make this week your best one yet.